It's the best news I've had since the mayor dropped dead.
I don't care what they say. Don't you understand? They're trying to cover up.
Look, you said you wanted proof Johns is dead. Dr. Anderson is accommodating you. Look, lady, forget it. I don't want any trouble. Now, Dr. Anderson, the head of Crest Haven, the very person you wanted me... No, the very person you demanded I talk to said Johns is dead, right? Well, there's your goddamn death certificate. And there's Dr. Anderson's signature, right? That's good enough for me. Why don't you just get the fuck out of here and let me in peace, huh? Just because the goddamn broad is so good looking don't mean we all have to think with our dicks, huh? Right?
Welcome to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! You are not Advertiser Friendly! Episode number 27. That's right, 27. Yes, this is the final countdown, the home stretch. We are almost through. We are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. We may have made it, but then, of course, we all know in horror movies, this is the most deadly and dangerous time. Just when you think you're gonna get out, the demons come and they drag you back in. So tonight, I review a movie that, once again, when I saw the VHS box art, I was like completely intrigued, but also scared shitless because I was a kid. Anyways, this movie is the movie Mausoleum. Look, I would love to get a poster of that. I just love the artwork on that poster and VHS cover art. Oh my god, it's great. But anyways, Mausoleum, another 80s cheese-tacular film. So what is Mausoleum about? Well, Mausoleum is about this young girl who is visiting her mother's grave. Well, actually, no. It's actually at her mother's funeral. And she freaks out because she does not want to live with her aunt. And she runs away and she ends up being drawn to this large mausoleum. In fact, it almost sounds like it's calling her name. Suzette, Suzette. Suzette. Anyways, so she goes in, and of course things like burst out, I guess the seal or whatever, and goes in, the coffin opens up a little bit, and she becomes possessed by a demon. Yeah, and someone say, hey, you know, you're not supposed to be in here, and all of a sudden his brain is exploding out the back of his head. However, you don't really see it, just some blood just kind of going out, but still, that would have been awesome if they would have just... Anyways, so fast forward 20 years into the future, the demon within her begins to awaken, and what happens is murder. Yes, murder with psychic demon powers, and some of them are quite spectacular. And it is up to the uncle, so family, relative, and psychiatrist who has been helping her out. At least she calls him uncle. Maybe that was just like a nickname. Whatever, this psychiatrist to put his disbelief in the occult aside and help his patient overcome this demonic entity and hopefully keep her from mutilating everyone and everything in sight. So, anyways, let's get to the scores. Violence and gore. This one gets a 3 out of 5. There is a couple gruesome deaths and some titty monsters in this movie. And I think the gore effects in those certain shots were pretty nicely done. We get a de-oculation and some facial things. Yeah, there's some nastiness in this movie. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Shock value, a 2 out of 5. There's a couple jump scares. However, man, like freaking bosom monster things are rather shocking and well done. In fact, I have to give props. I mean, sure, this probably wasn't the biggest budget film, but the practical effects are pretty nicely done, and kind of makes you wish that low budget flicks nowadays didn't rely on the CG monsters as much as the foam rubber and latex and non-CGI blood. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So 2 out of 5. Plot, 2 out of 5. Oh no, sorry, 2.5 out of 5. Look, it's basic. I mean, it's demon possessed girl turns into a woman, starts killing people with her evil demonic powers. Her husband's worried about her psychiatrist is worried about her, and they got to figure out what's going on, and there's this family history about the firstborn female becoming possession of the demon, and there's only one way to stop it, and of course, we got to do that. So, basic cut and dry, doesn't really do anything original from that, doesn't do anything special. And honestly, there aren't any real major holes that I could see in the film, at least nothing that stands out that goes, okay, this is ridiculous. So average, 2.5 out of 5. Acting, a 2 out of 5. Look, some of the acting in this movie is just plain bad. I mean, and there's not this one performance that I can gleam onto. Most of it's pretty just nah, and then you get some of the real just really bad portions of the acting, so below average, 2 out of 5. Nudity, I am giving it 2 out of 5. Look, the possessed girl definitely has a nice rack, and you see it a few times in this movie, and there's some nude artwork too, but honestly, not too much, but definitely not super brief, so I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. Enjoyment factor, listen, this movie is just average. It's an average movie. I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5. Look, it's close. If they could have had a little bit more gore in the special effects, a little bit more violence, maybe a little bit more nudity, sure, but do something a little bit better with the plot and perhaps some stronger performances, and this definitely would become a good or great movie. But in the end, it doesn't do anything enough to basically establish itself and differentiate itself from some of the other average 80s horror out there. And unfortunately, the strength of the cover art can't be used in my enjoyment. I mean, I could just stare at it and that'd be awesome, but I could also pause on the titties and stare on those. But anyways, aside from the titty monsters, which were disgusting and horrible, but and hungry for human flesh. Anyways, but all in all, it's just kind of bland in a way. I mean, I did like the effects. The monster was kind of gruesome at times, but sometimes just kind of green makeup and false teeth and, nothing spectacular. And that's the thing about this movie. Nothing is really spectacular. It's just kind of average. It gets the job done. If you want to watch a horror movie, you want to watch an 80s horror movie, and things that check off the boxes for regular 80s horror movie, this one does it, and this one will deliver that experience. But if you want something memorable, I mean, sometimes you get a bad movie where the plot is so ridiculous it's memorable, or the acting is so bad it's memorable. But this one is just so, except maybe the titty monsters. But anyways, overall, 2.5 out of 5, and that is my overall impression. Very average movie. It kind of meanders in the middle. It definitely has a little bit of a pacing problem, and you kind of feel it toward the end, and you're like, okay, come on, just kill this damn thing already, right? Anyways, and the ending with the laughing caretaker thing, just, I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand you filmmakers. what the hell are you actually trying to say there? I mean, what is the meaning of it? What is the point? I don't get it. It's just like just some weird ending, because it's not scary. It's not a fright. It's just some weird little, okay, well, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, 2.5 out of 5, and that averages out to a 2.4 out of 5. Pretty much to be expected with this type of movie. So there you have it, Mausoleum. What did you think? Have you seen Mausoleum? Leave a comment in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Or you're like, yeah, it's totally mediocre, average, or do you disagree and say, no, it is the greatest. It is the Citizen Kane of Mausoleum demonic possession movies. Because I had to throw in the Mausoleum part because, honestly, The Exorcist would be the Citizen Kane of demonic possession movies, right? Yeah, anyway, so tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. Share, criticize, go find the movie and pause it and take care of yourself. I don't know. Anyways, oh man, the madness. We are almost done. But I'm so gripped in the madness. Anyways, so I will see you guys next time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember to stay sexy, internet, to stay scary, internet, and for God's sakes, don't go into the mausoleum, especially if you're the firstborn daughter of the nomad family, which is obviously demon spelled backwards when you look at it. So, I mean, really, could you be a little bit less subtle? Anyways.